Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead all the way from season 1 has tried his best to do what he believed was best for his group. He's had his fair share of good decisions and bad decisions, with no matter what, the result being the same and him losing everything that he cares about at the end. But even though Rick Grimes has made countless decisions that have also costed countless lives along the way, there was a decision that he made that was so good that not only saved everyone's lives, but is practically the catalyst for why the series was even able to continue forward. All the way back in season 4 during the prison/sickness arc, everybody in the prison was getting sick from this mysterious illness, and even main characters like Sasha and Glenn were on the verge of death. With that being said, the character Tyrese has a girlfriend named Karen who ends up getting sick. So with the context of the sickness seeming to kill people quite quickly, even taking sometimes less than a day to do so, the character of Carol decides to take matters into her own hands. Carol takes it upon herself to try and prevent the illness from spreading throughout the prison by murdering Karen and another guy named David. Unbeknownst to everybody else in the prison, she killed both of them while they were basically in their sleep, dragged them outside, and then set them on fire. This event in The Walking Dead is so memorable because of how insane it is, and it doesn't even help. She meaninglessly and ruthlessly put these people down, and people still got sick and still died. Anyway, this leads into the best decision that Rick ever made in the series, which was in season 4 episode 4 in an episode titled Indifference, whereby now Carol has admitted that she was the one responsible for Karen and David's deaths. So with Rick having this knowledge, he starts looking at Carol in a completely different light. He thought that what she did was so incredibly heinous and inhuman that he did not trust her anymore and chooses to exile her. He finds her a car, gives her some supplies and some food, and he sends her on her way. Which is when we skip ahead to season 5 episode 1 titled No Sanctuary, where this seemingly very little decision comes back in a huge way. With the quote-unquote sanctuary of Terminus being teased for a few episodes, the group inevitably make their way to Terminus, where they find out that it's not all it's cracked up to be. It turns out that Terminus is just a front for these people to take in survivors and use them as food, eating human meat, which is what they try to do to Rick's group. They literally have Glenn, Rick, and Daryl lined up ready to die. Guys going down the line getting their heads beat with baseball bats and their throats slit, with them seeing no way out of this situation. But then the decision that Rick decided to make almost a season ago comes back to save them all. Because right as they're about to start on Glenn, they hear shots. They go to kill Glenn again, and then an explosion happens, shaking the entire place. Us as the audience is thinking that maybe these are bandits or maybe zombies are overrunning. Come to find out that it's actually Carol. Carol, almost a season after being away from the group, makes her way to Terminus covered in zombie blood, and she makes her move. With a genuine herd approaching Terminus, Carol looks on as she starts setting up a contraption with a firework. From a distance, she starts firing off multiple shots at a tank of some sort, letting it spray out gases, then sending off the firework, leading to a huge explosion that sends zombies flying. This gunfire and this explosion is what makes an opening for Rick and the rest of the group to escape. With the two butchers heavily distracted, Rick frees himself and then murders both of them. Now with Carol covered in all that zombie blood, you know that she makes her way to Terminus and then starts going ham. She kills at least 2 or 3 people on her way inside to Terminus, and once she's inside, she kills yet another woman by letting her get eaten by a zombie after they get into a fight. And while she's doing that, Rick is making his way outside, he is grabbing a gun, and he is lighting up every single person that he can see. And they all make it out. But unfortunately, they left some of the people at Terminus alive, which leads to problems down the line, but still. So if you still don't get what I'm trying to say is the best decision Rick's ever made, let me summarize it easily for you. The best decision that Rick Grimes ever made in the series of The Walking Dead was choosing to send away Carol after she killed Karen and David. And the reason this was the best decision he's ever made is because if he did not choose to send Carol away all that time ago, she would not have been on the outside of the walls and been able to save them all. She would have been in the same predicament with the group, stuck in a train car, waiting her turn to get bled out like a pig. And everyone would have died. I'm sure the writers still would have found some sort of plot armor device to make Rick Grimes escape this crazy badass way, but this is the way they went. And I say that this is the best decision that Rick has ever made in the entirety of the series, because when else in the series has such a random and past decision made such an impact on the future of their group? If you think that some point in the series Rick Grimes has made a better decision that saved more lives or prevented something even bigger from happening, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching this little video, subscribe for more content like this, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.
Cause the chaos, causing all the chaos. Would have to be some wicked shit to cause them to betray us. Always up against the world, it's like it's trying to face us. Cause the chaos, causing all the chaos. I'll have to stand and look at the Big Dipper when I'm able. Got a masseuse named Wendy is about to lay me on the table. And if Bill is on the cypher, shit is probably gonna get fatal.